Hello, we are on, I think, day 12 of 100 days, 100 videos, 200 questions. And I am living, although it may not look like it, I am living in chaos right now. Um, I have to go look and see if I'm even on the right video. Uh, yes, day 12. All right, we're on it. Okay, let's see. I know it doesn't look much like chaos, but it is. I got a little bit of candy bag that I had saved for the girls' stockings. Got this, got my remotes, got my water that's almost empty. I don't know, I'm in chaos. Okay. I don't have that much to talk about today, so we're gonna go straight into the question. I'm like in a weird mood. Although the girls did sleep last night. I did not have to get out of bed between midnight and 9 a.m. So how many hours is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's, oh my gosh, I feel so well rested, and this weird zit thing is not going away. That hasn't happened in a very long time. So it's going to be a good day. All right, our question for today. I feel like we did this one. Did this get thrown back in? What is a significant challenge you faced in your life, and how did you overcome it? I don't remember if we did this one or not. Because, like, what was the one I did with my sisters? Now I'm, like, losing my mind. Did I already do this one? Am I absolutely just completely lost my mind? Let me go to day 8. That's not day 8. That's too short of a video. It's day 7. Okay. Let's see. What do we talk? Hard lessons. Okay. A lesson you learned. Something you've overcome. I guess they're two different things. My answer is kind of the same, though. So, well, significant challenge you faced. Whew. The most challenging year of my life was 2010, 2011. That is when I worked for Enterprise Rent-A-Car as a management trainee, and it was everything that I hated, except for the coworkers were amazing. I absolutely could not stand the work environment that was Enterprise. First of all, the hours were insane. It was like 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, and then like 8 to 1 on Saturday. And you didn't work every Saturday, but it kind of felt like you did. Was it 7 to 7 or was it 6 to 7? I can't remember. It was a long time ago. It was a very predatory work environment where you're trying to get people to get this insurance, or buy the upgrades to the cars. You didn't ever have the cars there because you can't make money if you have cars sitting on your lot. So it's always like a prayer game that you will end up with enough cars to satisfy your reservations. Didn't always work out that way. The environment was toxic in the sense that you were ranked, right? Everyone else in the same position as you in the area. So in the like Columbus area for me, we were all ranked, and it was like a list that was available for everyone to look at, where you fell, what your sales looked like, what your what they called ESQI, which is like your customer service score. All of that was available, and you had to like test to be promoted and things. It was rough. It was rough, and you had to spend a lot of time on the phone. You had to talk to new irritated customers every day, because I worked at a city branch, which meant that these people were coming in because they're already having a bad day. Their car was in an accident. Their car is broken down. These are not vacation renters who were excited because they were on vacation in, Florida or California or something. No, not in Columbus, Ohio. So that was a very challenging year for me. And it's funny because the way that I overcame it, and there's a lesson here, I promise, was that I got fired. It's funny because, like, when I started the job, I went to my dad a few months in and I said, this job is torture. I hate it. I don't know if I can do this. And he said, stick it out a year. It means so much more if you've been there for at least a year. And this is very much like another generation. Like that speaks to his generation versus mine. To stick it out a year and things. But I was like, I can do that. I'd never quit a job in that sort of short time period before. And I was just like, I can do it. A few months later, the pay was also terrible. So the pay was so bad that I couldn't drive the 2 hours home for Christmas because I couldn't afford the gas. But my parents drove up to me for Christmas, and in my terrible apartment, where I lived by myself and I was very sad. But they drove up, and at that point I had been working there for about 6 months, and my dad saw me. He saw how much I had changed and how like the light had just left my life. And he was like, maybe you don't wait a year. I still did because I'd committed to it, and when I commit to something, I'm pretty gung ho. But jump forward to the following summer, and we had gotten a new area manager, so someone who was over like 5 or so branches, and he and I just didn't get along. And I think part of it was just the fact that I had checked out of my life at that point, and I don't mean that in a unalive sort of way, but more in I just didn't care anymore. I had absolutely nothing going for me, and I was just going day by day. I was in a very bad place. And so I kind of like stood up to him. My boss at the time was a single parent who was struggling because this area manager had the ability to take cars away from our branch and give them to other branches, which directly impacted not my pay because I was just hourly, it didn't matter, but his pay because he got paid off the bottom line of that particular branch. And so I kind of like stood up for him because he didn't feel like he could. And I just stopped caring. I started being who I wanted to be, and I got fired, which is the best thing that ever happened to me. I got fired the day after a happy hour that I apparently wasn't supposed to go to. I was uninvited to it. This is pre-firing. But that was the final straw. It was me showing up to this company happy hour that apparently I, in some sort of roundabout way, was not invited to be there. I don't even remember the situation, but I showed up anyway because there were so few joys in life that a free drink and appetizers was one of them. So I came to this happy hour. The next morning, I was fired. And you know what? There's some things with that firing that I didn't do right. Like, I feel like I probably could have had, I could have pushed for more, and I didn't, because I was shell-shocked early 20-something. But I walked out of there, and I cried, briefly, mainly because I was scared. I was scared that I now had no income, and I still had a life to pay for. I didn't know what to do. I cried on my way home. And then by the time I got home, it was relief. The idea that I didn't have to do that again, I would never have to do that again. The fact that I got fired meant that I couldn't even go back if I wanted to, was so good. And I realized the power that it gave me in the fact that I could choose what I was willing to accept in the moment. And I don't know what came over, but I was like, I will bounce back. And I didn't have a lot of savings because, like I said, we were making so little money. I just knew that it was the time to hustle. And I wish this would be my origin story of going into copywriting, because that would have been great back then. But it's not. I cut down on everything. In the next 2 weeks, I didn't have a job. I stopped eating out, which I don't think I really ate out that much anyway. I shut down everything. I shut down my Facebook. I shut down anything that would give me a distraction from finding a new job. And within about 2 weeks, I got a new job in a corporate environment that paid me double what I was making in enterprise. It was it felt like an insane amount of money back then, which is so funny with the way perspective is now, right? I want to say it was like 40 some thousand, and I thought like I've made it. But yeah, it was a really, really great experience. And I think just like going through that and recognizing how much I was capable of, what I did when my back was against the wall was just so fantastic. The fact that I could buckle down, and I honestly haven't thought about it in a while because I haven't done that. I haven't been put in that situation. I have things in place to not be, but I'm almost like, what have I forgotten that I'm capable of? Yeah, and I do remember the one thing that I did as like, I needed a pick me up. It was like I had been unemployed for 2 weeks. I spent hours a day applying for jobs and getting my resume ready and all of that. And I watched like hours and hours of Grey's Anatomy on Netflix. Was it Netflix then? God, that was a long time ago. It might have been DVDs from the library. I don't remember. I just remember watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy, but that was like 2011. I'd never watched the show before, but I had nothing better to do. So while I'm looking at jobs, I was watching Grey's Anatomy. And one day I decided that I needed a pick-me-up. And so I ordered myself a Pizza Hut pizza that I was like, I will ration this for days. And it was like, after I ordered that was when I got the job. Like I ordered that and I was like, things are going to work out. I can have this pizza. It's like, at the time it was like $7. It was pouring rain outside when I went to get it. I just needed it. And I don't even know why. A Pizza Hut pizza. It's still kind of like a comfort food for me. I still like Pizza Hut pizza, even though I know it's not quality-wise the greatest. But there's something comfortable about it to me, and it makes me feel good. And maybe it's this. It's like a dopamine hit. I got that pizza, and I want to say it was the next day that I got the job, where I got paid double, and I was like so excited. And that was actually a great job. But working at Enterprise made me recognize how good I had it, like how good I have it now, because I know it can be worse, and it's been worse. And also like the importance of setting boundaries. But yeah, I got fired, and now I do still have some like hang-ups about being let go from freelance copywriting, like retainers, although I know it's a different thing. It feels the same, and it feels like it's like it's like a flashback. But yeah, that was a really long-winded answer. I hope that answered the question. I don't even remember now. But yeah, that was definitely the challenging time in my life. But it was one of the best things that could have happened. All right, so we got to remember that. We got to find the silver lining of things, even if it takes time to reflect on it. It didn't take me very much time for that one, but there definitely have been other things that have. Like whenever I part ways with a client that's not 100% my time, although every single time that I've done it, it's never been a surprise. Like when I just hold on for too long in some cases, and I know it's coming, and I just like, I hold on. That's just who I am. But I try to remember the Enterprise experience where I'm like, think about how great this was when finally someone took the decision out of your hands and made you do the thing you need to do. It's the universe working for you. All right, so let's go to another question. Let's make this one charming. Let's see what we get when we say we want a charming question. What ChatGPT would tell us. Certainly, here's a charming and engaging question. If you could host a magical dinner where each course represents a different country you love, which country would you choose and which dishes would you serve? Okay, so I don't know if I would consider this charming, but I haven't been to very many countries. So this will be tough for me. I'm going to say I'm going to put my first dish. Okay, I think I can go with this. Just based on dishes that I like, and sometimes the countries that they come from. I'm gonna go with an appetizer will be Japan. It'll be sushi and miso soup because I love them so much, and I think the Japanese culture is so cool, and I would love to go there. Although I've never been there, but it fascinates me. I would be terrified to go, but I would do it, just because I'm like a fear of going to places that I don't speak the language. I have nothing against Japan. It's just I don't speak Japanese. So that's my appetizer. My entree would be Italy, and it would just be an Italian feast because it's delicious. My husband is Italian, prosciutto, and I think it's another country I would love to go to. My side dish would be Canada, and it would be poutine because poutine is one of the most delicious foods in existence, and Canada is the king of poutine. Another side dish, you know, I don't even, I don't know. I want to say Australia. I really want to go to Australia. I have been to Canada. I really want to go to Australia. And I'm trying to think. I had to ask ChatGPT some of their side dishes that would put that there. And they say damper is the first one, which is a traditional Australian bread served with butter, jam, or honey. That sounds delicious. We'll add that. We'll just add that to the menu. Bread with Italian food is great anyway. This is a lot of carbs. We are going carb heavy. Oh, grilled kangaroo. Yum. I would try it, let's be honest. Yeah, and then my dessert would be United States. It would be, I also want some vegetables, but I don't really know where I would say vegetables come from. We'll say England. I want some English vegetables, because I want to go there too. Oh no, I know what I forgot. A Greek salad. Like, I can't think of what the name of it is. I feel like it starts with an H, but like the cucumber-based Greek salad. That is also my menu for Greece, because I also want to go there. I love that salad. It's so good. I love a salad that's not based in lettuce. And then dessert would be United States, and it would be like a lava cake. I think that's U.S. dessert. I can't imagine it comes from anywhere else. And creme brulee, both of them together. Creme brulee, I guess, is France. So I don't actually know if creme brulee is from France. But I think it would be, and so we'll add that too. Creme brulee from France, lava cake from the U.S. Those are my two desserts. And then after dinner, we're gonna go to Denmark and have a Danish. It's like an after dinner little snack, because Danish is the part of my little mixed heritage that I know the best, or that I know of the most, because my mom was half Danish, and so we can't leave them out. And so that is my whole meal. It's very carb heavy. Thank you, Greece, for adding a little bit of green to it. Yeah, so that's really all I have today. This went really long for my videos, but I'm happy that it did. Hopefully you got something out of it. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. I feel like my videos are not getting any better in terms of like editing, because I don't edit at all, and one day maybe I will, but we're only on day 12, so we have 88 days left. I'm so excited you're here. I appreciate every view, and I hope you have a great day, or the day you deserve. Hopefully it's the same thing.